Hello grade 9 SMC students, we are now on the third quarter of our subject Analytic Geometry. So in this chapter, we will learn all about circles, and for week 1, we'll try to recall the different parts of circles and its definition, of course. We will also learn how to find the area and circumference of circles. So we will identify parts of circle and also find the central angle measures. So for the vocabulary, we have here circle, center, arc, radius, diameter, chord, central angle, sector. So what is a circle? A circle is a set of all points in a plane that are the same distance from a given point, called the center of a circle. This distance is called the radius of the circle. So how do we name a circle? It is named by its center. So for example, if point A is the center of a circle, then the name of the circle is circle A. And there are special names for the different parts of circles. So I repeat, to name a circle, it's named after the center of the circle. So in this picture, what is the name of the circle? Of course, it is named as circle A. Alright, and it passes through the point B. Okay, another definition or parts of a circle is what we call arc. Arc is a part of a circle named by its endpoints. We have also here a radius. Radius is a line segment whose endpoints are the center of a circle and any point on the circle. So the radius, the orange line segment is what we call the radius, and the green color here is what we call the arc. We also have here diameter. Diameter is a line segment that passes through the center of a circle and whose endpoints lie on the circle. So the purple line segment is what we call a diameter because it passes through the center and its endpoints are lie on the circle. Another line segment is what we call a chord. Okay, it's a line segment whose endpoints are any 2 points on the circle. So how about the diameter? Is diameter can be considered as a chord? Yes, of course. Because the diameter's endpoints are also 2 points on the circle. Only the diameter passes through the circle. So, meaning to say, diameter is can be considered as the longest chord of the circle. What color is the radius? Okay. Answer is green. What color is the diameter? Red. What color is the arc? Purple. What color is the chord? Blue. Okay. And now, what is the sum of all the central angles in a circle? Okay, another term related to circle is what we call the central angle. It is an angle formed by two radii. So we have here the radii, different radii. So if we have here two radii, then it forms an angle, which is what we call a central angle. Why is it called central angle? Because its vertex is the center of the circle here. That's why it's called the central angle. How about a sector? A sector of a circle is a part of the circle enclosed by two radii and arc connecting them. So this is what we call a sector, the light blue here. Also the yellow color here is what we call sector, another blue. These are what we call sector of a circle. What is the sum of all the central angles in a circle? Of course, 360 degrees. Yes. The sum of the measures of all of the central angles in a circle is 360 degrees. And we say that there are 360 degrees in a circle. Excuse me. Why is it important to know about parts of a circle? It will help you read and interpret circle graphs. You will need to know about the parts of a circle in algebra and geometry. It will be tested. Why is it important to know about the parts of a circle? Tell your partner. You can use one of the reasons or use one of your own. Okay. Number 1, identify what you're looking for. Number 2, name your starting point. Number 3, name your ending point. Okay, name the parts of circle M in the feature. We have here a feature, circle M, named by means of its center, point M. Okay, can you give me radii? Can you give me the radii? Radii is a plural form of radius. So radius singular, radii plural. So what do you think are the radii in the feature, in the circle M? We have line segment MN here, line segment MR, that one, line segment MQ, line segment MO, right? So these are the 4 radii of circle M. Notice also that MN, M, and MR are 2 radii. When you combine together, it's actually the diameter because it passes through the center of the circle. So meaning to say 2 radii is equal to 1 diameter. Also with MQ and MO. MO and MQ are 2 radii. Combined together is the diameter. Next, letter B. What are the diameters in the feature in the circle M? We have NR, line segment NR, and line segment QO. Yes, NR is the diameter. Line segment QO is the diameter. How about the chords? We have the chords. NR also. NR is the diameter. Okay, it's the longest chord, so it's considered the chord because its endpoints are 2 points on the circle. Only it passes through the center. So NR and QO are considered chords. Another QN and NP. Line segment NP and line segment QN are also considered as chords. Alright? Okay, radii is a plural form of radius, you know that. Another, we have here a circle. This is circle G actually, not circle M. Can we, yeah, circle G. So in circle G, name the radii, diameters, and chords. What are the radii in the circle G? We have line segment GB, line segment GA, line segment GF, line segment GD are the radii of the circle G. How about the diameters? We have 2, line segment BF and line segment AD. Chords, we have 5, line segment AH, line segment AB, line segment CE, and line segment AD and BF. BF and AD are diameters. At the same time, they are chords. So diameter is the longest chord of a circle. Next, read the problem. Identify the percentage of the sector. Change the percent to decimal. Multiply the decimal by 360. Okay, we have here the feature. The circle graph shows the results of a survey about favorite types of muffins. Find the central angle measure of the sector that shows the percent of people whose favorite type of muffin is blueberry. So for the blueberry, we have 40%, the blue one. For the green, banana nut, 35%. For the brown, we have the orange, 10%. And for the other brand of muffins, yellow is 15%. Question is, find the central angle measure of the sector that shows the percent of people whose favorite type of muffin is blueberry. So it's actually 40%. 40%. How about here? Find the central angle measure of the sector that shows the percentage of people whose favorite type is muffin is banana nut. The green one, 35%, right? And also And then, tinatanong pala dito is, find the central angle measure. Hindi. Wait, ang gagawin natin dito is, wait, for the blueberry, 40%. Okay, change the percent to decimal, that's 0.4. Okay, 40% is 0.4. And then multiply the decimal, 0.4 by 360 degrees. That's equivalent to 144 degrees. So the central angle measure of the sector that shows the percent of people's favorite type of muffin is blueberry. Here, 144 degrees. And for that type of muffin, banana nut, the green one, yes, 35% is 0.35 times 360. That's equal to 126 degrees. Okay. For the banana nut, 126 degrees. For the blueberry, 144 degrees. How about for the brand? Okay. Okay. It's up to you now. This is a brand, 10%. So 0.1. 0.1 times 360. It's 36 degrees. So 36. For the other brands, 15%, that is 0.15 times 360, 54 degrees. So adding all the central angles, 144 degrees. Ano pa yung isa? 54 degrees, 26 degrees. Ano pa yung 100? Teka, yung 30, nakalimutan. 35 times 360. 126 degrees plus 144 degrees plus 54 plus 26 is a total of 360 degrees. So for another exercise here, name the parts of the circle B in the figure. So what are the different radii in the figure? We have segment BA and segment BC. Okay. FE. Okay, for FE is not a diameter because it did not pass or did not touch the center of the circle. So only BA and BC are the radii of the circle B. For the diameter, there's only one, or that's AC, line segment AC. Okay. And about the chords, we have segment DE. Yes, of course. Its endpoints are 2 points in the circle, segment FE and segment AC. AC is also a chord. Now, what is the measure of the central angle of a circle when the sector represents 25% of the circle? So all you have to do is multiply 25%. That's 0.25 times 360, 90 degrees. The answer is 90 degrees for number 4. Or 1/4 of 360. See, 25% is 1/4. 1/4 of 360 degrees is 90 degrees. So let's proceed now to the next, circumference. That's the diameter of the circle. The circumference of a circle is the distance around the outside of a circle. Yan. So parang it's equivalent to the perimeter of a square, a rectangle, ganun. So what is the length? Circumference is actually the length of around the circle, around the outside of the circle. So the diameter of the circle is the distance from one side to the other passing through the center of the circle. Ito naman ang radius. Ito naman ang chord. Yes. The radius is the line connecting the center of the circle and the circumference. And for a chord it's a line touching the circumference of the circle at 2 points. Yes. Okay. What about this? What we call the sector. Okay, we've learned that just a while back. Ito naman ang arc. Sector is a part of a circle between two radii and an arc. Yan. An arc is a part of the circumference at the edge of a sector. Arc, parang arco. Arco sa ano yan. What about this? So, that's segment. Ito naman ang tangent. Segment is a part of a circle between the chord and an arc. Segment. Segment pala yan. Iba yung sector, ha? Kasi it moves to radii pag sector. Pag segment, excuse me, it's a part of a circle between a chord and an arc. Tangent is a straight line which touches a circle at one point only. Tangent. Ayan. And what do you call the point of intersection between the circle and the tangent? It's called the point of tangency. Okay, copy the two diagrams carefully into your book. Label your diagrams using the words below. Yes. Okay, this is sector, this is the radius, this is the tangent, this is the arc, this is the sector, this is the diameter. This is a segment, that's a chord. And this is the circumference. Okay, match up the word with the correct definition. Radius. Radius is what? Wala yata. Straight line which touches a circle at one point only, tangent, yun. The part of a circle between two radii and an arc, that's the sector. Part of a circle between a chord and an arc, that's a segment. Line touching the circumference of the circle at 2 points. Yan yung chord. Or pag line kasi ang tawag dyan usually is secant. Diba? Pero wala nang secant dyan. Part of the circumference at the edge of a sector. Arc. Distance around the outside of a circle. Circumference. Distance from one side to the other passing through the center of the circle. Diameter. The line connecting the center of the circle and the circumference. Yan yung radius. Okay, draw a circle with radius 4 cm. What is the length of the diameter of the circle? Of course, pag yung radius 4 times 2 lang kasi twice the radius diameter, so 8 cm. How many sectors of 90 degrees will fit inside the circle? Since 90 degrees is 1/4 of 360, so there are 4 sectors that will fit inside the circle. Sectors of 90 degrees. Draw 5 radii inside your circle that are equally spaced out around the circumference. Join up the ends of the radii to create inch shape inside your circle. What's the name of your shape that you have created inside the circle? Yes, 5 radii. Pentagon, diba? Consists of 5 sides. How long are the chords that are joining the radii together? How big is the angle of each sector? If you did the same as above with sectors of 45 degrees, what shape would you create inside your circle? Okay, so this is your extension activity. Okay, ano lang, show nyo lang sa akin. Okay, then we will discuss on our next discussion or next Google Meet. Now, what is the formula relating the circumference to the diameter? Okay, if we have a circle with diameter that passes through the center of the circle, radius also with the center, circumference. Ito naman ang circumference, yung red. Yeah. What's the length of the red here is what we call the circumference. So radius is exactly 1/2 of the diameter. Therefore, the diameter is twice the radius. Yan yung radius, 5.5 cm. So if the radius is 5.5 centimeter, then what is the length of the diameter? 5.5 times 2 is 11 centimeters. Okay. Twice the radius is the diameter. So remember, circumference is the distance around the circle. If you divide the circle's circumference by its diameter, you always get the same irrational number, pi. Yan yung symbol niya. This is true of every circle. We estimate pi to be 3.14 or the fraction 22/7. So how to get the circumference of a circle? Okay, all we have to do is use the formula pi d or 2 pi r. So when the given part is the diameter, is the length of the diameter, use pi d. When the given length is the radius, use 2 pi r. Example, if the diameter is 41 meters, what is the circumference of the circle? So since the given is the diameter, we use pi d. So just multiply 3.14 by 41. It's equal to 128.74 meters. That is the length of the distance around the circle. That is the circumference of the circle. Okay, dali lang naman. So today we'll learn also how to find the area of circles. What you need to know: diameter and radius. Diameter is a line segment that passes through the center of the circle with endpoints in the circle. With the endpoints on the circle. Pag radius naman, the endpoints are the center and any point in the circle. The area around the outside is the circumference. Pi is a Greek letter, which is equivalent to 3.14, 16, etc. So people notice that if you divide the circumference of a circle by the diameter, you always get the same number, which is what we call the pi. Okay, they call the answer pi, which is, yeah, napakahaba. 3.14, 1592, blah 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 blah. Ganyang kahaba ang pi. This is true to every circle. Circumference divided by the diameter is always equal to pi. So you can use the pi button on your calculator. Meron din sa scientific calculator niyan. So to find the area of a circle, we use the formula pi times the radius squared. So example number 1, if the radius of the circle is 7 cm, what is its area? Okay, we just substitute the radius by 7 squared times pi. What? Okay, 7 squared is 49. 49 times pi is 153.94. If we allow it to round up to the nearest hundreds. Yan, 153.9 centimeters squared to 1 decimal places, or nearest tenths, I should say. Kaya ganun lang, square mo yung radius times pi, or times 3.14. Number 2, if the radius is 5 cm, what is the area? Pi times 5 squared, 25 times pi, 78.5 cm. That's the answer. Diba? Napakadali lang. How about if the diameter naman this time? Diameter is 18 cm, that means radius is 9. Divide 18 by 2, that's the radius. So pi times 9 squared, 81 times 3.14 is 254.34 centimeters. Okay, how did we get the radius? Just divide 18 by 2, we have 9 cm. 9 squared, 81 times pi is 254.34 is the area of the circle. So when say area, dapat yung kanyang units centimeters squared. Centimeters squared. Same is true with example 2, 58.5 centimeters squared. So same with example number 1, centimeters squared. Yan. Okay, napakadali lang naman ang area. Now, which of these shapes has the greatest perimeter? What is each perimeter in terms of d? Okay. For the square, perimeter is 4d lang, 4d. So square has 4 sides of length, so 4d ang kanyang perimeter. Yeah, 1/2 d, 1/2. Hexagon has 6 sides of 1/2 d. Yes, so 1/2 d times 6, 3d. And circles between 3d and 4d. So it's equal to pi d. meaning to say, ano yung question kanina? Which has the smallest? The smallest is yung hexagon. Hexagon has the smallest perimeter. Kasi yung circle is between 3D and 4D, so 3.14D. Now, wait. Which of these shapes has the greatest area? Which is the smallest? What is the area in terms of r? For the square, we have r squared. For r squared pala. Kasi r lang yun. R plus r is 2r. 2r's quantity squared is 4r squared. That's right. And for the another small square, which is half of this, yeah, r. So half of 4r squared is 2r squared. And how about the circle is between 2r squared and 4 pi squared? It's equivalent to pi r squared. So our circle has a radius r. Rearrange the sectors. Let's try to consider the lengths. The circle becomes like in the shape of a parallelogram. So from the parallelogram, we can say now that the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. Right, and the length of half circumference is pi r. Yeah, so the length of this side is pi r times r. That means pi r squared. Pi r squared naman yung if you're trying to find the area. Yeah, you know that. You know the formula, finding the area of circle, pi r squared. Pag circumference, 2 pi r naman. So the area of circle is pi r squared, while the circumference is pi d or 2 pi r. Calculate the area and perimeter of the following shapes. Okay, meron tayong answer dyan. So, meron tayong dito mga semicircles. Some of them sectors. So, let's just try to solve. Two. Ito. If the diameter is 4 centimeter, what is the area? The area is pi r squared divided by 2. Kasi semicircle lang yan. So, we have 4 squared, 16. 16 pi divided by 2, 8 pi. 8 pi ang kanyang 8 pi. 8 pi ang kanyang area about the perimeter, 2 pi r or pi d. 4 pi. 4 pi, 8 pi. Wait, so this semicircle ba yan? Bakit yan? 6.28. Hindi, times pala sa sa 3.14. So, yun, 8 pi. 8 times 3.14 is yun. Wait. So, ay, diameter pala kasi. So, pag diameter yan, dito muna tayo. So, area is, what's the area? That means yung radius niya is 2. 2 times, yung radius niya is 2. So, pag area, pi r squared over 2. 4 pi divided by 2 pi. 2 pi lang pala. 2 times 3.14. 2 times 3.14, so 6.28. Tapos pag circumference, pi d. Yeah. Pi d, so pi d, wait. Pi d, 4. 4 pi divided by 2, so 2 pi. Pi d. 4 pi divided by 2, 2 pi. Yun, tama. 6.28 perimeter. Ay, hindi. plus 4, di ba? Kasi perimeter yan. Half of the circumference, pi d. Yeah, pi d yan. Di ba, pi d? 4 pi divided by 2. 2 pi. 2 pi plus 4. Plus 4. So, 10.28. Di ba? Ganun. So, tama. Perimeter or circumference is the same. So, you can screenshot on this part. You can answer the other features. Find the area and perimeter of the following shapes. Okay, dito naman yung kanyang answers. You can verify your answer from these answers. Now, calculate the area and perimeter of this compound shape. Okay, that's a rectangle. 12 times 8. It's 96. 96 centimeters squared. So, for the semicircle, what's the area of that? Pi r squared. Divided by 2. Yan, 56.55 pi r squared. So, pi times 36 divided by 2. So, 56.55 centimeters squared. And for that, 8 centimeters ang kanyang diameter. That means the radius is 4. 4 squared, that means 16. 16 times 3.14 is 50 point. Yes, divided by 2 kasi semicircle lang yan. 25.12. Or, yes, 25.13 centimeters squared. So, total area, you just add the 3 areas. 96 plus 56.55 plus 25.13 is 177.68 centimeters squared. One crop circle has a diameter of 40 feet. And another has a diameter of 80 feet. It is the area of the larger crop circle twice the smaller circle. Let's try to find the area of the smaller circle with diameter 40 feet. That means the radius is 20 feet. So we have 405 feet squared for the larger circle. Diameter is 80, so divided by 2, the radius is 40. 1,605 feet squared. So 400 times is only 800. So the area is not the area of the larger crop circle is not twice of the smaller circle. Now, next, find the ratio of the area of the larger circle to the area of the smaller circle. 4:1. Yes, divide mo lang yung area ng bigger circle. 1,600 pi divided by 400 pi, that's equal to 4:1. So the area of the larger circle is 4 times that of the smaller circle, not twice. How many circles do you need to make the area of the larger circle? How many smaller circles do you need to make the area of the larger circle? The diameter of the bigger circle is 12 inches. This is the diameter of the smaller circle is 4 inches. So for the smaller circle, 4 inches in diameter. So 2 yung radius. 4 pi feet squared. 12 yung diameter ng larger circle. So therefore the radius is 6. 6 times 36 pi feet squared. So find the ratio of the area of the larger circle to the area of the smaller circle. 36/9 is 4 pi. So you need 9 smaller circles to equal the area of the larger circle. 9 smaller circles para equal to the area of the larger circle. So that ends our discussion on the different parts of circle. Okay, this is week number 1 of quarter 3 analytic geometry. So see you again next time. We will discuss another set of discussion for the topic introduction to circles. Goodbye, see you.